Do you think that I was just thinking this. Do you think that we should start like talking about porn a bit differently now?
Absolutely.
With all of the information that we have, do you think that we should start talking about it differently?
With what information?
The addiction and all of that type of shit. Like,
yeah, I mean... Because
you know what it is, yeah? In reality, there's a lot of people that are like in an absolute chokehold on it. Like, look, I don't ever want to say, maybe I don't watch a lot.
Did you just send a voice note?
No.
You definitely did.
No, I didn't. Bro, I didn't.
It beeped twice.
I know why it did.
Oh.
I don't watch much porn now.
But there are chokehold moments. There's been chokehold moments in my life.
Yes. In my life,
yeah.
There's been moments where I wouldn't say that it's had me in a chokehold, but when I deep it,
it definitely
did.
So I wasn't willing to go to sleep without it.
Yes.
Like
I couldn't. I could focus, but I couldn't read. You know, like there's like a lingering thing around you.
Yeah, it's just like I gotta get out of the way now, and then I can crack on with my day.
It's the crazy self-diagnosis. Oh, I've got a headache.
Yeah. Because otherwise, I'm not focusing for the rest of the day. Do you know what I think we should do? Yeah, let's get in a specialist and just have them on the couch.
Yes.
If you know a specialist, gang, yeah, like somebody who's a good talker, that has information, and that will come here with a good agenda, let us know. Yeah, let us know. Because I think we should, obviously, I think we're always going to banter about, because we should do. We should banter about everything. You get what I'm saying? But, yeah.
There is a seriousness to it.
There is I think that we probably don't look at that side enough.
Yeah. Or even if we do, there's been times where I've had a little word with myself.
You had to, yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, what? Why did you do that?
Yeah. Yes. Hey, there's literally been times, yeah, where like straight after I've said, that's it. That's the last one. That's the last one.
Bro, the whole day's been thrown into abyss, bro.
Half the day's gone. Like, you promised you'd be done by 1. And that is just...
It's 4 o'clock now. The sun's starting to set.
Post office is closed.
Oh my God, bro. And even obviously the fact that some of the, like, what's the problem actually? Is it the porn or the masturbation?
Oh, I've never heard anyone separate the two like that. I think it's the porn.
I think it's probably the porn more than the masturbation.
Yes.
But some people will say, okay, this is where it gets a bit deep, yeah? Obviously, there are people that do, in parts of the world, that do sperm retention for spiritual reasons and stuff, right? And so there's a deeper element to that they really believe. And then there are some that say that by doing that is quite dangerous to not let go of some of it.
Surely somebody says that your body would just have enough and give you the wet dream, though.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say that when I've had a wet dream, it was because I wasn't doing that. I just had one.
I've only had 2 in my whole life.
Yeah, I've had 3.
And I ain't had one for decades.
Yeah, I ain't had one for time. I've had close calls though. I've woken up very ready to bust. I've woken up like it's almost the same as like when you're about to pee. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
You won't like as an adult. You're not gonna piss in your sleep, are you?
Yeah.
But you might wake up and bursting to go to the toilet out of your dream. So I think more so like the tackling part is the porn bit. Like tackle that bit.
Without the porn, you probably won't masturbate.
I disagree.
Why? Is
I disagree, bro. It's like that masturbation, like that whole. The issue with porn is that it takes away the way your brain, like the creative part of your brain.
you're being lazy. You're using AI to beat your meat, essentially, right?
Yeah.
In a nutshell. But like, that isn't to say that masturbation isn't helpful at times.
When?
I will always make an argument to say that it is.
Yeah, but when?
No, just in general.
It's the same. It's the same. It's just it's the ease of having to not think, right? But it's the same motive.
What's the same motive?
That you're either horny or you want to nut or whatever it is.
Right, you need to get it out.
Yeah, because sometimes, let's be clear, when you do want to do that, it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to have sex.
It don't even mean that you need to get it out. You're just being greedy.
Yes.
More time.
Well,
Agreed.
that's it. So you'll be, yeah. So
because
basically,
you know it's there.
huh?
Because you know it's there. You know, like, I could just watch anyone right now.
Right, but it's also, ease of access and the time as well. It's like sex is a process.
Well, do you know what? The argument would be that really, when it was less accessible, people were probably masturbating less.
Facts.
And the people that were masturbating a lot without no porn probably did have some different type of addiction.
They had,
Do you know what I mean?
they had,
Some type of,
they had the magazines or they had the whatever. The
Yeah.
fact that it's so accessible must have made a steep rise in masturbation. It has to be.
yeah,
You can't
absolutely.
even download a tune off YouTube without them offering you a hot girl in your area.
Yeah,
But I'll be trying to stream the football,
yeah.
and then bare pop-ups are coming up and this,
Boom.
that, and the
Boom.
fourth, and it's just all nuts, bro. It's all nuts. But yeah, if you take that away, I think that it does decrease a bit. I think it does. How much, we don't know. We can't say that it would decrease by 85% because we don't know that. But would it decrease? If we were to speculate, would it decrease by 50%? Potentially,
Yeah.
but not immediately though. It would probably take generations and like for cultures to move on and all of that for that to happen. It wouldn't just if you just took it away today, it wouldn't tomorrow everyone just stopped.
Yeah, but I think what we see now triggers thing. Like we got triggers. Like it doesn't take much. All you need to do is go on your explore page.
Yeah.
My explore page is nice right now. It's decent. Like just bare sports on there.
Yeah,
But there's been times where the explore page
being messy.
goes a bit. All it takes you is to just take an interest in one picture, and the algorithm's like, yeah, all right, you want more? Here's more.
Well,
And
that's
then
the
before you
thing.
know
This is
it-
my beef with the algorithms. Yes, because how did it know that I had a big tits phase? How when I'm going into my explore page, I'm just seeing bare gal with big tits, and I'm like, how did you know? Because it's not like I'm liking it.
No,
I'm not
it knows
liking
the
it.
amount of seconds you're spending on that page. It knows the moment you hit it and you're on it for like 6 seconds. It's like, oh, he likes that. Give him more.
I feel like they don't have the same energy for when I do that with DJs.
I think they do because I think it just takes time or a conscious effort to make it disappear. You
Right.
can flush it out in a day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But-
Easy.
but-
I know how to do it. I do that. But that's the thing. It's like, I've got to make a conscious effort to do that
Exactly.
for that to happen.
And one slip up,
Throws me in the mud.
that's it. You're back where you were.
Yeah,
It's tough.
There's more big tits than DJs.
there is. There is.
there?
There is.
Yeah.
There is. There definitely is. By the way, I know I've resided to the
Sometimes
fact that
both.
I will be, and I have no problem with this, but I probably will be with somebody who don't have big tits though. My long-term relationship forever. Like
conscious
by the
effort.
way, I feel like I'm out of the game this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like it.
If
This year or early next year.
Inshallah.
yeah,
Get
I think
Get him out of the streets.
yeah, it makes sense. Seen
I'm
it all,
on-
done
I'm-
it all.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to get out of it, bro. Not trying to by force, but it's like,
What left can I prove?
yeah. And I also think maybe, I don't know, because I remember speaking to 90s babies about this like a while ago, where my mindset was at the time and this, that, and the fourth. But I'm like, am I being unfortunate, or what am I doing wrong?
I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think you're playing a blinder. I think you are just. Do you know what it is? The timing of Frank Lampard's runs, yeah? It was never the run itself. It wasn't some crazy da-da-da, but the timing of it. It needed to be bang on, and it always was bang on.
100.
And I think with you, there's no point making the early run. You're just going to mark yourself.
Yeah.
And when you don't even want to be marked. Now you're at the near post. You can't even do anything with it. You're making a late Lampard run to the box.
Yeah.
The one where you get it right. It drops right on a sixpence.
Yeah.
Edge of the box. There's Chuckie to dispatch it.
Yeah.
Boom. That's it.
Yeah.
Look to the heavens and get out of there. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I also do think like, I wonder, is it you? Like, you know, like there's people that I've just spoken to before in the past or whatever, and then I've questioned like, is it? Nah.
Is it you? I don't think you exist, you know, by the way, or the one. I think it's all based on that Frank Lampard timing. Whoever's there when you make that run. Or whoever makes the run at you. Because enough times you find yourself defending against a Frank Lampard.
Well, that's what I was going to say. There are like, I'm maybe fortunate to be in a position where like I'm having to defend myself, to do the defending sometimes or whatever else, because it's coming at man sometimes or whatever, for whatever reason, sometimes for superficial reasons, all of that type of stuff, but I'm still in defense mode. Yeah.
It.
But maybe having to defend makes me cautious going to attack. Maybe I'm getting so used to elements of defending that like making that run is a bit.
It's too risky.
Yeah, it's a bit risky.
What if the ball turns over? Like, yeah, it's things you got to. You're trying to defend whilst attacking.
Yeah, because I could also go make the run into the box, collapse, broken leg out of the game, and I'm in a bad situation for years.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But I reckon you'll get it right. You wouldn't wait. It wouldn't be timed like this to not be right. It will be right. But it's got to be the right club. You're not gonna sign on the dotted line if it's not for the right club at the right time. The right move at the right time in football is critical.
Who's made the right move at the right time in recent time in football?
I think Bellingham has played a bit of a blinder.
Oh, funny enough, I saw his missus on the Instagram today. People are making up narratives about her and all that type of thing and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I just randomly saw it still. She's clean though. Not as you would expect. But big him up as well, by the way.
But yeah, them kind of career paths, you know where it just goes boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah.
But you've been alright.
Just see how you're feeling at the end of the season.
You focused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
facts.
focused on your career, bro.
Yeah, but his career puts your career is making this too easy for you.
The career part as well is cop out.
No, it's not a cop out. I'm saying I'm not saying that that's the reason why, but I'm saying it's that like now you feel as if you've achieved most of the things that you probably wanted to achieve, right?
Yeah,
new things have been added on.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
But let's call it 7 years ago, 6 years ago.
I'm in a much
ago?
better place than I was at the time when I was evidently self-sabotaging.
Right.
I was evidently doing that at one point because I was on my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I spoke to my dog about that like a time ago. We had a sick conversation about that. But also, it was a thing of, okay, cool, yeah, I'm self-sabotaging, I'm doing all of that, yeah? And I understand that I'm doing that. And I also understand that, like, if I meet a good woman or whatnot, we can achieve some things together. However, when you're self-sabotaging for such a long period of time, you can have that epiphany and you can have that understanding, but then you got to practice it. Yeah. You can't just tomorrow say, all right, cool, I've had that conversation.
Impossible. It's impossible. You know what that's what they say. That you do most, what you do most is what you do best.
Yes.
Facts. If you're the top city boy round, you're gonna struggle to let that go.
Yes.
That's just how it goes. So I had to work, man.
Yeah.
I had to work hard at this.
Yeah.
I was one of the top city boys.
Yeah.
And it's gone, man.
Yeah.
Don't put that as a clip, make them find that.
Noted. But I also think it's difficult for emotionally intelligent men to settle down.
Do you?
I think it's mad hard, bro.
Why?
When you say emotionally intelligent, do you mean somebody that's seen it all?
Not necessarily seen it all,
is this?
seen
There it is.
enough and has experience whereby like I put it this way, yeah. It's like if you're a city boy, if you see a red flag, it's orange. It's not red. It is what it is.
Bend the rules.
Yeah, right. But if you're emotionally intelligent, I feel like a red flag is a red flag, and that is like you know what your do's and don'ts are.
Yeah, but I disagree with that in the sense of going to what Dan said. Yeah, sometimes what you do most is what you do best, and so yes, you can be emotionally intelligent and all of these different types of things. Yeah, but if you're in defense mode a lot, then even when you are presented in with a situation that seems to be pretty good, there's no red flags and all of that type of stuff. You are recycling a pattern that you're constantly in, and you find the level of comfortability in that. And when you find the level of comfortability in that, you're even more cautious because you're like, I don't need anything. I want it, but if I have it, it's got to feel right, because right now, I just don't want this peace disrupted. Do you know what I mean? I was literally speaking to one of my friends today, funny enough, yeah, girl, she was saying to me, like, she's been single for a minute, happy being single, yeah? And she's met somebody, and she's happy about meeting somebody, yeah? But she had that feeling where he said that he was going to a certain country with his guys, whereas usually she wouldn't really give a shit, like, if a man said that.
Yeah,
but now she likes him, it's like a little bit, you get that feeling in it, yeah? And it's like, oh, now you know, okay, I'm really in this feelings thing. And it's like, that part is the part of how your peace gets disrupted. But that is an illusion in her head that he's going to go and do X, Y, and Z. That's just the thing, because you just think that you just think the worst, innit, yeah? But it still speaks to the feelings thing, innit?
Yeah,
like someone can come in there, rock it, or they can make it really exciting, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's tough, but you have to go through it. What you want is on the other side of fear.
Yeah, facts.
That's the facts. You're gonna have to allow him, let him go. You have to let him go and firm it, and it will get easier next time, and the time after that, and the time after
with
that.
trust.
That's it. With trust, that's it. And it's there. You got to compromise, innit? When it's all said and done, you got to work out how you see your peace. At what point is it like? Can someone not add to that? So I'm saying someone can add to your peace and make it like a bit more chaotic, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so I don't know, each to their own. Some people know that they will always be single forever. Some people know that they will always be in relationships forever. Yeah. Some people don't care and they'll just roll with the punches. And that's it. And then there's people.
That's what I feel like I'm in. I feel like I'm in that bit. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be single for like forever.
Nah, man.
I'm not. But I'm also not a.
You just gotta go on your phone, man.
But I'm also not a man who's just like. I've never been I came out of a relationship and jumped into the next thing. Whereas like a few of my friends have been like that, and it's like. That's just the type of people that they are. They come out of a relationship and they just so happen to like quite soon after just land into a next thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And for a couple of them, it's been kind of fruitful still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's pros and cons to all of this. Yeah. Pros and cons to relationships, to companionship, to like being single. There's pros and cons. Both. Yeah. You've got to just take the bad with the good, man.